Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's been quite a challenge getting videos done for me, and I actually did a video on all of this that I'm about to show you, and it was so long and seemed so boring that I decided not to air it. But I thought I would share with you what I did with these. This was all inspired by Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. She was making what she referred to as collage fodder. Pieces to just use strips of in collage. And basically, all I had done was I started with white. I used my brayer. Use the brayer, put white, and then chose like 2 other colors to go over it. Went back, stenciled. This is one of these envelopes. I like the way this one turned out, but I wish more of the envelope was showing through. I wasn't thinking about that at the time that I did that, but I still like it. These are all pieces that you can add more to. Or if you just tear off a piece to use in collage, it just adds interest. So these are some of them I did. Just wanted to share that with you. I was going to go back and like this, I still have my, well, some of my mat down. I went back here and added some text and a couple little stamps. I was just playing around to see what it would look like to add those elements to some of the pieces if I wanted to. But I used different types of paper. This is newsprint. This is vintage ledger paper. Book pages. I don't like when I get that, but I thought, you know what, I could stencil and do different things on that section. I can tear this apart, only use the pieces that I want to use. And then these, I didn't go any further with the stenciling because I felt like I had taken so long doing these. This is music paper. Still needs more to it, but I had a lot of fun doing that. And I hadn't played with my paints since I actually did jelly printing in the 99 or the 100-day project. So I have those for collage. She also did a video showing how she does her coffee dyed paper, and I just wanted to play with it, so I thought I would bring you along. I will link her video below, so you get an accurate an accurate version of this. Like I said, this is the first time doing, really trying to do my paper like this. And I have watercolors that I can honestly say I've had for years, and they've probably been used 3 times. So I thought I would break those out. And I watched her video. I was like, you know what? I want to try that. I don't know if I'll have any luck with it, but I'm going to try it. So I've made some coffee. This is only about, what is it? About a cup. I poured some in here in a spray bottle. So I'm going to start with that. And I'm just going to try to do what Barbara did, or at least a couple of the steps that she did, just to see how it comes out for me. I'm just using plain white coffee paper, or copy paper. My problem is I can never get a sprayer that I like the way it sprays. I'll leave some of the white. I'm going to take some watercolor. I'm sort of looking for more muted tone. I'll try this one. And what she did, she just watered down some watercolor. Now I'm going to put a little bit of water in here. I don't know if this is going to work for me or not. Just so I can sprinkle it on there. And I'm hoping that this green dries different than what it's currently showing. Hopefully I have enough color in there. If nothing else, this can be a video on what not to do, right? But I think the important thing is we take time to play. You never know how these things are going to turn out. I'm hoping for a more muted color than that. I'm going to rinse my brush. I might try some of this pink on here just for the heck of it. And once again, I'm hoping that this dries more muted. Now I don't really see the coffee on the paper. I guess it is somewhat. I'm just used to my paper being darker. So this one I'm just going to set aside and let it dry, and we'll see what happens with that. Then I wanted to try, let me rinse this. Let's do, you know, I watch other people do this and it looks so easy and they get such brilliant results, and it's like, what am I doing wrong? Maybe get closer. I'm using, this is to clean glasses. I had an empty one and I thought a sprayer might be nice because usually my sprayers let out so much. I'm just trying to get more on there. And I think, well, let's just try another color. Let me see, I already looked at that one. Some of these colors are so bright. I might try the spice. It might be too close to. And I'm hoping the stuff that is beneath here, it's been there a couple days, so I'm hoping that it doesn't. Maybe if I add some more, I think that's going to make the paint spread out a little bit more. Alright, I just don't have luck with watercolor. I'm going to put this aside, let this dry, and then I'm going to try a couple different things. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to grab a piece of paper that is already, I think this is coffee, this one's coffee stained. I'm going to add some more coffee to it. And then I have kosher salt. I don't know if I have this wet enough. I think that might be part of the problem. Just spray it all, Sheila. Just spray it all. And in these areas, I'm going to add some salt. Just to see if I can get the effect that Barbara got. And she did show that, like, I'm just going to do that. If you do just like one crystal, what it would do, and if you had groups of them together, what they might do. I don't think my paper's wet enough. I'm going to lay this aside for now and go on to something else. So this one we know already had coffee stain on it. Let's just see. So that was with kosher salt. I want to try this one, which I think was tea stained. I guess we're really just trying to create some interest, you know? So I'm going to get regular, like, table salt. And I'm going to use those small crystals. I know what else I wanted to try, and I don't have it in here. I'll get it. Let me spread this paper out here next to me. My husband thinks I'm a lunatic. Every time I'm gathering supplies, he thinks it's a science project. Alright. Then, something else. Let me see, I think I want to do that one last. Let me get these out of my way. I just don't have much luck with watercolor, I don't think. But I don't play with it enough, that's for sure. Alright, so I have this coffee here. And first of all, I am going to... No, I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to dip my fingers in it like she did. And she just sort of... Whoop. Splattered it. This doesn't look anything at all like her splatters. But we shall see what it comes out to. How did she make that look so easy? It looks like it has chicken pox. I don't know. I don't know about this. Over there looks pretty good. I'm going to spray some of this on here too. And you know what? The thing is, you never know until it dries. So, let me see if I can pick this mess. This is a hot mess. See if I can... Well, that sort of defeated that purpose. Oh well. Let's lay that over there. I'm going to try that one more time. Just soak up some of this water. Oh, because I don't want that to go through on my mat. And it is going through on my mat. Daggone it. Alright, let me spray this. And try this splatter effect one more time. Maybe I don't, she made it look so easy. And the splatters were so perfect. I'm making a mess is what I'm doing. Alright. Let's put this over here. Ugh. Where is the question? Where? That's just aggravating. Okay, I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to move this because I'm going to try to clean this mess before it soaks into my mat. Okay, I am back. I think crisis was diverted. Not quite certain. Move that stuff out of my way. I'm going to open this blind a little. No, better keep it shut for now. I think I'm just going to... I'm going to try some more with my watercolor because I would really like to learn. I put some freezer paper. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just doing the back of this. Just because I get a beautiful front. Maybe. And then the back is stark white, so... Alright, so I'm going to put that. I think that's enough. See, I don't think the paper is getting wet enough for the watercolors. What I think is happening. Alright, let's stick with that. I'm going to try... Didn't realize that brush wasn't clean. I'm going to try some blues. I'm going to start with the lightest blue first. Trying to get some bigger I don't know if I go up higher if that would be bigger. Down low seems smaller. Get some more water. See if I can get some bigger drops. Now I'm going to try this darker blue. Get a couple different shades of blue going maybe. Alright. Gonna let that dry. Oof. Let's try another one. I'm just gonna try by go back to the splatter mode, or the Sheila version of splatter mode. And then I'm gonna spray. I think I'm gonna try some of that blue again. going to stop with that. And then I think I'm going to add some table salt again. And then, so I don't bore you to death, I want to lift this, but I don't want to move that. Let me just do this whole sheet here. One last thing I want to try. She used die cuts. I have very few die cuts, maybe 3, not many at all. And I've had this set here, and I've never really used it because I'm not really sure how to use this one, to be quite honest. But I thought I would try on a couple sheets, maybe to do something like that. Put that on the side. And I'm probably not going to be able to move this once I do this because I think these die cuts are going to have to set there. And then I think I'm going to go back to this blue again. I'm sort of liking the blue. I'm going to add some blue. Maybe my brush isn't wet enough. Plus, I'm used to using acrylic paints rather than watercolors. I think that's something I want to start playing with some more. So, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm going to let all of this dry, and I'm going to come back and show you how mine turn out. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I don't feel very optimistic. But we'll see. I'll see you in a few. Bye. Well, I'm back, and I wanted to share with you the results that I got. Not anything comparable to what Barbara had, but pages that I could definitely do something with, you know, and once you, at least it gives it a little bit of background. I know I have to be doing something wrong with the watercolor. I just don't get the effect everybody else does. But nonetheless, there's one that was just the coffee and some watercolor. This one I did after I turned off the camera. I just sprayed it with water or coffee, and then you can see I tried different colors of watercolor. This isn't all the way dry yet, but this, none of these are completely dry. I mean, they're a little bit, they're pretty close to dry. This one had some salt, still a little bit wet in spots, so I'm going to have to wait for it to completely dry. But I do like the little images that I got from the salt. I think it just adds something else to the paper. So I'm alright with that one. This one was just coffee. I don't think I put any salt on this. No. Maybe. or salt might have got on it from where I stacked them. But that's just some coffee stain with a little bit of the blue. I sort of like that one. This one's sort of watered down, but a nice background. This, I think, was just coffee that I tried to splash and did a poor job. This is the one that I used the die cuts, and to be honest with you, I was in such a hurry to lift up the die cuts. I think they could have come out a little bit better, but that's what I got. I like the backs of them too, just because it adds just a little bit of something on the back side so the paper's not completely white. This one has salt on it. I'm just gonna rub the salt off. Once again, this paper isn't 100% dry, so I'm sure the salt will completely come off, but I really like the impression that you get. I wish there was more on it, but I think when it's in a journal, I mean, it almost looks like little flowers. I don't know if my camera's picking that up or not. The back didn't really do much, but I do really like these little areas where the salt was. This one, I think, might have just been, looks like just my attempt again at splashing. This is one of the first ones I did with just spraying some coffee on it and some watercolor. And then this has watercolor on it, but the color was a shade that very much is similar to the coffee. But it's all right. It's a, you know, adds a little bit of something there. And then what I did with the rest of my coffee that I had made, I just got one of these throwaway tins and I just painted on coffee and just stacked. And then every so often I put some actual coffee grinds, or yeah, the coffee, ground coffee, just in spots. And then when I got closer to the top, I got some spray out and I just started adding some of the blue spray. So I'm going to leave this alone for a couple days because there's probably 30 or 40 papers in there. I'll let those dry and see what happens with that. I've never done my coffee staining like that. I've always done it the old-fashioned way, so I sort of know what to expect, you know, but we'll see. So, I don't know. Was it a flop? I don't know. I think that it gives me something different like this. The more I look at this, I really like this one. Adds just a little bit of color. I need to practice with the watercolor for sure, so that I can get something more than just the small splashes that I'm getting. So, there you have it. It was fun. I'm glad that I did it, and it's something that I'm going to continue to practice at, just to get, and I think this is something that each time you do it, I don't think you're going to get the same result. So you get what's the word I'm looking for? Something that's individual? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give it a try. And if anybody has any tips for me, I would greatly accept them. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Happy crafting, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.